It is important to remember, dear Americans, that the one who's saying that is a surgeon, speaking in English, studied in the West. And it is important to understand that this understanding of trying our best to live in our history, this part of our history, is not a theoretical philosophy from a zealous man. It is not. It is not something like hypothesis. It is not a mere theory. It is an inspiration to the future, which we have its practical manual to do it, and everyone interested is actually doing it. This is how we do look to ourselves as far as time, history, presence, and future is concerned. A point that may be raised at this stage in a form of question, saying, when actually Islam started? The answer is this, that Islam as a religion, we as Muslim believes that it started from the beginning of the creation of Adam and Eve in heaven, and from the moment they descend to earth. Islam started from there as a religion. Islam as a way of living, as rule of and regulation of regulating the society of Muslims in relation to the universe, has passed through different stages. Judaism is one of them, Christianity is another one of them, and the last of them is what is known now as Islam, or what we call it in Muslim, the Islamic Sharia. What I mean by the start of Islam is the start of the beginning of the Islamic Sharia, which is particularly start when the angel came to our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, when he was in the mountain of Hira, and he told him to read, which means learn. From that moment Islam begins. Now I need to tell you why I am proud of my history, why our culture is proud of our history. There are several and many things due to which we are proud of our history, but I want to concentrate on only one point in this message, which is the participation of the Islamic civilization, which started in the Arab Peninsula and also started by Arabic men in the Arab Peninsula and spread to all over the world and participated positively in the civilization of the humanity. This is the point that I'm going to concentrate. Our participation in the human civilization. A proof? Yes, I can give a proof. Which is this. As tourist, or even during my study in different areas of the world, I tried to study the culture. In most of what so-called civilization, apart from the Islamic civilization, the signs of the civilization is either statues of goodies and goodnesses, of castles, of arms, of luxurious palaces for the kings. In summary, is either demonstration of power or demonstration of luxury of that particular civilization. In Islamic civilization, you will see universities, schools, mosques, with preservation of other houses of worships, which means that Muslims have a civil message to humanity, and which means also that Islamic system is very much tolerant to other way of worshipping. You cannot find any single incident during the glory of the world when Islam governed as Khilafah. You cannot find a single example, a single incident that demonstrate that Muslim has destroyed a church or any other house of worshipping. You cannot find any single example that they have burned farms, killed children or women without an action of fighting the Muslim army. There is not a single incident in history that documents that. Now just compare this to what is happening now in the civilization of the 20th and the 21st century. Airplanes, aircraft carriers are shelling cities with heavy bombs. They call it smart bombs. They are shelling the cities, killing children, killing women, destroying infrastructure, demonstrating the mighty power on the civilians. And the message is fighting terrorism. And the message is we want to free the world. We want to free the nation. Now go back to my first point, that we understand and we feel. The more the current civilization is doing its action and demonstrating its mighty, the more clearer it becomes how should we be more and more and more proud of our history, and why we should insist that we should ascend to it. It's clearly white comparing to the clearly dark, evil, very evil deed, so-called civilization. It is in the best interest of our culture to insist on our Islam. It is in the best interest of all humanity to understand and adopt Islam. When Islam was governing as Khilafah,